Have you ever stopped to think why some women always look impeccable, even wearing simple clothes? You know that moment when you look in the mirror and feel that something isn't right, even though you've invested money in the look? The truth is that it's not about how much you spend, but about some very specific choices that make all the difference. Today I'm going to share with you 8 simple but powerful changes that will completely transform how you present yourself to the world. There's a tip here, especially number 6, that will surprise you because it's something you probably already have at home, but you're using it completely wrong. So stay with me until the end because I guarantee these tips will help you save money and still look much more sophisticated in your daily life. Tip 1. Replace synthetic pieces with premium natural fabrics. The first point that makes an absurd difference is the quality of fabrics. You know that blouse you bought super cheap and after 2 washes, it already has that somewhat faded appearance? This happens because most cheap pieces are made with low-quality synthetic fabrics. The issue is that these fabrics not only age poorly, but they also don't fall well on the body. They get that artificial appearance that screams cheap from afar. When you invest in natural fabrics like quality cotton, linen, wool, or silk, the difference is striking. These fabrics have a natural fall, a richer texture, and last much longer. My practical tip is, instead of buying 3 synthetic blouses, buy 1 premium cotton. You can find natural fabric pieces in quality thrift stores, outlets, and even waiting for sales. And since we're talking about smart investments, if this content is making sense to you, subscribe to the channel because every week I bring practical tips that really work. Tip 2. Invest in tailored or perfectly fitted clothes. Now comes a truth that might hurt a little. The most expensive clothes in the world won't make you elegant if they're not the right size for you. I see this happening all the time. Beautiful women wearing clothes that are too big or too small, and this automatically makes any look appear careless. The problem is that we often buy by the number we'd like to wear, without considering that our body changes over the years. And that's okay. It's natural. But here's the secret. A simple piece, well fitted to your current body, will always look more expensive and elegant than a designer piece that's poorly fitted. So what can you do? First, know your real measurements. Second, don't be afraid to make small adjustments to pieces you already have. A shortened blazer, pants adjusted at the waist. These small adjustments can completely transform a piece. If you're enjoying these style tips, leave your like on the video. Your interaction helps this content reach more incredible women like you. Tip 3. Replace flashy prints with elegant, solid colors. Prints can be fun, but there comes a time when they might be working against you. You know those very graphic, very colorful prints? They draw more attention to themselves than to you, and worse, they date very quickly. Solid colors, on the other hand, are timeless and sophisticated. They allow your personality to shine instead of competing with the clothes. And they're much more versatile for mixing and creating different looks. I'm not saying you should become a walking funeral. Solid colors can be vibrant. A deep navy blue, an elegant wine, a moss green, a sophisticated camel. These colors have personality without being loud. And here's a precious tip. If you love prints, use them in accessories, a printed scarf, a textured bag. This way you add visual interest without overloading the look. And you, what's your relationship with prints? Tell me in the comments. Are you more on team solid colors or can't resist a beautiful print? Tip 4. Choose genuine leather shoes well maintained. Let's talk about a piece that can make or break any look. Shoes. You can be wearing the most beautiful dress in the world, but if the shoes are worn or peeling, the whole look loses its elegance. Genuine leather shoes have enormous advantages. They mold to your foot over time, last much longer, and have a naturally richer and more sophisticated appearance. But here's the crucial point. It's no use having leather shoes if they're poorly maintained. A well-maintained leather shoe, even if it's older, will always look better than a new but synthetic shoe. The smart strategy? Instead of having 15 mediocre pairs, have 5 good quality pairs and take very good care of them. Moisturize the leather regularly, store with shoe trees, and when necessary, take them to the cobbler. And if these tips are making a difference in your life, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because every week there's new content that will help you dress more elegantly. Tip 5. AD discreet accessories of superior quality. This is where the magic really happens. The difference between a basic look and a sophisticated look is often in the details. When I talk about discreet quality accessories, I'm not necessarily talking about expensive pieces, but about well-chosen pieces. A delicate chain of good quality gold metal will always look more elegant than several flashy chains of dubious material. The secret is in the word discreet. Elegant accessories don't shout for attention. They whisper class. They compliment you. They don't compete with you. You can find quality accessories in antique stores, specialized thrift stores, even clearance sales. The important thing is to develop an eye for recognizing quality. And you, which accessory makes the most difference in your look? Tell me here in the comments. Tip 6. Maintain a coherent and sophisticated color palette. And here we come to tip number 6, which I promised would surprise you. Have you ever noticed how some women always seem put together even in super simple looks? The secret is often in the color palette. When you maintain a coherent palette, always working with colors that talk to each other, you create automatic visual harmony. This means that practically any combination will work. For example, if your base palette is earthy tones, camel, brown, beige, off-white, any piece in this family will naturally match. You'll never have that problem of, I have nothing to wear. And you know what's the smartest part? You can have a smaller wardrobe, but infinitely more versatile. Each new piece multiplies the look possibilities. My suggestion is to choose 4 to 5 colors that look beautiful on you and that you genuinely love. The important thing is that it's coherent and reflects your personality. Tip 7. Prioritize classic silhouettes and balanced proportions. Now let's talk about something that's pure knowledge. Classic silhouettes never go out of style because they work. You know those trends that appear and disappear every season? They can be fun at the moment, but they can also make you look like a costume instead of elegant. Classic silhouettes like the well-cut blazer, straight pants, the A-line dress. They resist time because they were created thinking about the human body and how to enhance your best characteristics. And classic doesn't mean boring. You can play with textures, colors, accessories. The classic base gives you the structure, and you add your personality. The secret is understanding your body's proportions and choosing silhouettes that create balance. When you master the silhouettes that work for you, you can experiment with a more daring piece from time to time. Tip 8. Impeccably care for the conservation of all pieces. And we come to the last tip, which might be the most important, taking care of the pieces. It's no use having expensive clothes if they're poorly maintained. A well-cared-for basic t-shirt will always look better than a wrinkled designer piece. Taking care of clothes isn't just about washing. It's about how you store, how you use, how you treat each piece. Shoes always with shoe trees, clothes on appropriate hangers, delicate fabrics protected. One thing that makes an absurd difference is ironing clothes. A well-ironed piece automatically looks more expensive. If you don't have time, invest in fabrics that wrinkle less, and learn to make small repairs. A loose button, a seam coming undone. Solving these problems quickly prevents them from becoming bigger damages. Recapping these 8 changes: quality fabrics, perfect fit, sophisticated solid colors, well-maintained leather shoes, discreet but quality accessories, coherent palette, classic silhouettes, and impeccable care of pieces. You don't need to do everything at once. Choose 1 or 2 changes to start and implement them gradually. Elegance isn't about spending a lot of money. It's about making smart choices. If this video helped you, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments. Which of these 8 tips will you start applying first? Next week, I'm going to talk about the 5 makeup mistakes that are aging you. You won't want to miss it. If you loved these tips, then what comes now, you're simply going to fall in love with. Right here beside, I left a video that's practically a manual for you to continue becoming that elegant, powerful woman who exudes confidence, presence, and that air of sophistication that everyone notices. And it doesn't stop there. There's also a complete playlist packed with videos that will elevate your style, your image, and your self-esteem even more in a practical, accessible way without needing designer brands. Click now because every video you watch is one more step for you to become that woman who enchants wherever she goes. Let's continue this wonderful journey together. I'll see you now in the next video.